Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. How are you doing? It's so good to see everybody once again. It's week 258 around here, and we've got a level tonight from a maker who has done a lot of ROM Hack Race levels in the past. They're back with a new one tonight. It's detdu is our maker. The level is the Boiling Sewer. I hope everybody's feeling well, because this one's going to be maybe a little bit spicy. We had testers that checked the level ahead of time, gave it some rankings. Those testers were RB Pimlico, Fen, Mithrillionaire, All the Low End, and Solve for X. And they've given it a rating tonight: Execution 6 out of 10, Complexity 4 out of 10. 2 sections, with the longest section rated at 5 out of 10. I hope you're all doing well, getting ready for a fun race. I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself. If you're new, this is ROM Hack Races, and every Saturday we have a brand new Super Mario World Kaizo level that no one's ever seen before, and the racers are just going to have to improvise. It's a sight reading competition, consistency at obstacles they already have learned, and one-shots at brand new obstacles could make the difference. I hope you're all ready to rock. Please feel free to make some noise in chat for all the racers, or if you're here to support someone in particular, please feel free to post their emotes in chat and shout them out. We've got 15 individuals who have signed up tonight, and I'm going to give you their names in rapid fire order. B2, DE81, Ender of Games, Germdove, Ike, SMB, Jank Pickle, Louis Duce, Nathan MG, Necotech, Prestonator13, Revelug, Ricardo DeMello, Roke Games 05, Cio Cadelic, The Ucanes, and You Fail Me. So the races are open to everybody. If anybody else is interested, you can always go to romhackraces.com and sign up. If you'd like to be a part of the restream, you can also just go to romhackraces.com if you just want to try this patch out for yourself, get the level, give it a try on your own time. We have 258 levels that are up on our website right now, just the patches, but all those patches are there if you want to play a little bite-sized, fun Kaizo adventure. I am GlitchCat7, you probably knew that, and I will be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. If you have any questions about Kaizo or ROM Hack Races or SMW mechanics or whatever you'd like to learn, feel free to just shout out in chat. I got chat open, I can read you, no problem. And I'd also like to give a big shout out, of course, to Fen tonight, who is bringing you the restream and that lovely intro screen with the nice music and that cool now playing bar. Thank you so much, Fen, for restreaming tonight. We've also got scouts who are watching all of the 15 racers and letting us know if somebody should be on the restream, if they're getting close to making progress or beating the level. Tonight, we've got a great team. We got Fen, Dr. No, What's Up Dot, Kelgand, and Blue Ribbon High Life helping to scout for us. We got 16. Oh, I think we got another sign up that I didn't see. We got another maker. RHR has signed up. A nice late sign up. So we got 16 racers tonight. We got a 6 out of 10 level from detdu. We got me and you and Super Mario. And I hope you're all ready to go. I said Mario on purpose because it's funny. That's how my mom says it. For my entire life, she has said Super Mario. And she'll be like, my son is a professional Super Mario player. She will never let that go. So, I hope you're all ready to rock. Feel free, put some noise in chat by a show of emotes. Cheer your favorite racers on. Cheer everybody on. It's a race. You know, if you're new, we got a race, and yeah, we got a leaderboard, and you know, it's a competition for the podium, but we are a community event, and we're here to celebrate the skills of everybody who tries. These are tough levels. And this is Kaizo Mario, so you're going to see really good players playing against other really good players. We're here to support everybody. It's a race, but that's the wrapping paper we take off and throw away. And the gift inside is a cool community event that we can all share together. That being said, please feel free to cheer on. If you're here for one of your friends, please feel free to cheer them on, put their emotes in chat, and let's get everybody together for a fun race. It's week 258. It's the Boiling Sewer. It's from detdu, and we're about ready to go. Yeah, if you missed it, ratings for this level tonight: 6 out of 10 execution, 4 out of 10 complexity, 2 sections, with the longest rated at 5 out of 10. We got Revelug, B2, Nathan MG, and You Fail Me on screen to start. We fell down a thing. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, yo, this is so neat. This is actually my first time seeing this level as well. We've got the Layer 2 green lava there at the bottom of the screen, and that is moving up and down. You know how lava works. Or, well, is it lava or is it Nickelodeon slime? It looks like Nickelodeon gack, but it's like boiling hot. You remember that stuff? You ever boil that? I don't think you should. Very dangerous. It's basically just warmed up rubber. So we got this green ooze that's moving up and down, and that means the racers are going to have to time their jumps and their movements so that they are obviously jumping when it's not safe and landing on the ground when it is safe. In time, I think you will see the racers really develop a sense of rhythm here. That's the first thing. You gotta have that rockin' Mountain Dew sense of rhythm. And you know, the up and down, it's called layer 2. The layer 2 smash is moving on a rhythm, right? Up, down, and that's never gonna change. That's gonna be the same all the time. So the quicker the players can get the hang of this rhythm and start to internalize it, the better they're gonna do. And here goes You Fail Me in the lower right hand corner, getting to the saw surf, spin jumping on that saw and avoiding the moving lava while they're doing that. They want to be in the air. And You Fail Me here, still on a read. Woo! Look out. You Fail Me trying to match this pace. Ooh, and they were a little bit too slow on those bats. A lot of different things to keep the players on their toes here. You know, running and jumping on platforms at a particular moment is fine, but now we're timing it here. You Fail Me back again in the lower right for that saw, and they have to get up in the air while the lava is up so that so that riding on the saw doesn't kill them. Revelug 2 getting to that saw, but You Fail Me here. This is where consistency is really going to come into play. They're using, those bats to time out their jumps. And that was an unfortunate death for You Fail Me, but that can't happen in a fast layer 2 smash level like this. They landed right on the safe ground, but they did it at the wrong moment, and hashtag SMW things. The quickly rising floor moved so fast that it just moved up into Mario's hitbox, and now the game says, oh, you're in a wall, so I guess you're dead. So more than just landing on the safe spots, they also want to do that at the right time when they are just about or completely fully extended. And that is true too. Yeah, it's important to point out that there is a little bit of a buffer with the lava. B2 in the upper right getting there, the saw, but You Fail Me here in the lower right, off those bats again, and they're trying to time their jumps a little bit better. Oh, I see a pipe though. I see the pipe. Here's Nathan, MG, in the lower left getting to that saw surf, and they are off and running. But yeah, there's a small amount of buffer zone. Look at the animated surface of the lava. See those little bubbles? You know how it's like kind of frothing and bubbling up there at the surface? That is actually safe. Mario can be in that, can be standing in that, and you don't actually die until you are one tile below that animated surface. It's a little bit weird, but if you notice the player's like, hey, they were in the lava and it didn't even kill them, that's why. Louis Duce here coming in the lower left-hand corner, making quick work of this saw ride, and so is B2 in the upper right. It can be tricky because you're working with that, the saw ride. You're doing like you're not holding the jump button to get low boosted jumps while you're surfing on it. And then when you want to bounce up, you're going to engage the jump button so you get a full boost and get up in the air. And timing that can be really tricky because you want to place that jump button press in the middle of Mario's bounce. So Mario is kind of click, click, click and bouncing on the saw. He's on the saw and then he's up above the saw. And here goes Revelug up in the upper left. Look out. So you want to put that jump input. I call it a boost. I don't hear that nomenclature used that much. But if you're holding the jump button when you contact an enemy, you will boost or get a large jump off of it. And if you're not holding the jump button, you will not boost. I don't know. People can adopt that terminology if you want, because I think it's helpful. But the input for the boost, here goes Louis Duce in the lower left on that saw. And see how they bounce twice without boosting, and then they boost once up in the air. You want to engage that button so that you boost at the proper moment, and if you miss that small timing window, you're either not going to boost, you're going to boost too late or too early. So there's more to that section than just what it might seem visually. Lots of runs getting to the saw now, but nobody getting past it yet. I've seen good runs from everybody on screen. Really cool level tonight. Very fast-paced. Louis Duce now. Gotta bounce on all of these bats, but they have to time it out just right so that the platforms are in the spot they need to be. Louis Duce in the lower left could make it into the pipe. And there we go. Louis Duce moving on to the second section. Coming out ahead, even though some folks got there a little bit sooner. Look out. Louis Duce at the checkpoint, you fail me in B2 Revolug trying to catch up. But now we're going to see how much of a lead Louis can get here. The more they get to learn about this vertical section, the better off they're going to be. So we've got layer 2 now, but it's rising. It's blue. It's the healthy version, you know, for blueberry soda. I was gonna say water. You know, first we had a bunch of soda, now we had some water. You know, balance it out a little bit. But here the blue dangerous liquid is rising up the tower, and that is the impetus to get the player moving. This actually isn't an auto scroller in the traditional sense, in that the screen is scrolling. You can hang out as long as you want. But as we've seen in like some Mario Maker levels and stuff, you gotta stay on your toes or the lava will get you. So Louis using that saw surf. Nathan MG coming in the upper left up here. Louis using that saw surf, and oh, yo, hey, you fail me, excuse me. I was just watching Louis, but you fail me also getting to that checkpoint. Nathan MG probably not too far behind. So now it's 2 for 2 with Louis with a little bit more knowledge. So here's the question. Can you fail me clutch some things out and come out on top, even though they got to this section after Louis? Knowledge isn't everything, but one-shots could be. And look at this, yeah, they've got about the same amount of knowledge now. Wow, play for play. Louis and You Fail Me are neither of them have died on this run yet. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. Louis and You Fail Me, both of these are sight reads going on. And now we got to get the cape and do a spin fly. Louis taking a dive, but You Fail Me gets in. Oh, wow. Whoa. Amazing. What a clutch win at the end there. That was toe-to-toe. And that is the power of the one-shot. That is it, because You Fail Me back again in the lower left here, and they know what they're doing. They want to get that P-speed and do a spin fly and get up there. And I bet they're going to get it. Yeah, wow, on this run. That was really cool. That was really cool. And there it is. There's the power of the clutch one-shot. Revolug coming in here in the lower right, working on the first section. But wow, yeah, what a dynamic moment, because that was a read for both of those players. And we got Ike SMB here in the lower left, but that was a read for both of those players, and they were at that same section sight unseen for the first time. You Fail Me got it, and Louis Duce needed one more try. That's really cool. Honestly, for a lot of times, consistency, I'd say, wins the race, gets the clear a little bit more often, right? I think the player who is consistent, who has the knowledge, is generally favored a little bit, maybe 60% favored, but it always could be those one-shots. That's why no lead is safe in ROM hack races, and personally, I think that's what makes this, one thing that makes this sight reading format really interesting, because it's not necessarily just you've practiced, you know the stuff, you know, did you get the time save, did you die or not? It really is anybody's game at any moment. But we got, looking for the podium here, we got Nathan MG, B2 in the upper right, Ike SMB in the lower left, and Revolug in the lower right. Hang out though, we got more race, we got more ROM hack race for you, and got way more skilled players to show off. Like Ricardo, let's go, Ricardo DeMello here coming in the lower left. They have made it to the Baja Blast section. Really nice palettes in this level. I love this. Some tech here. Oh, look at that, Revolug. I saw that pipe. And now it's Revolug versus Ricardo here on the lower part of your screen. Second half. Not a heck of a lot of tech here, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We got some climbing nets. We've got some saws to spin on. We're using that saw surfing from the previous section and up throwing the grab block. There is one thing that I wanna point out about a particularity of the tech here. Okay, when the players are going to grab that purple grab block, and then they want to throw it up in the air, and they want to grab it while Mario is on the vine, or on the net, right? So that you can be holding the item while you're climbing on the net. Okay, we all know how that works, right? Fair enough. But something that is very common in setups like this that I see players doing is not controlling the momentum of the object that they are throwing up. And if you look, Revelug in the lower right just did what I'm describing here. When you up throw an object, it inherits some of Mario's momentum, meaning that if you're moving to the right or the left when you up throw, that object will arc over to the right or the left when you do it. So in a lot of situations, you don't want that to happen. It's much more difficult to re-catch the object on the net when it arcs like that, because it's not coming down into your hands, it's coming down off to the left or the right, right? So the way to counteract this, keep an eye on Revelug's screen in the lower right here. Up throw would just be throwing an object upward. But keep an eye on Revelug. They're going to do it. They're going to throw in a little left input, or I guess in this case a right input. And what that does is it counteracts their momentum a little bit. They don't want to have full leftward momentum when they throw that object up. They actually want to have zeroed out momentum, and that will impart less of an arc onto the object and make it come down straight into your hands. That's a really good trick and a really neat little, like, just do this one stupid trick and so many obstacles like this will work out for you more. It's easy to learn, it's an easy one to do, and it really, really helps whenever you're trying to up throw these objects to grab them on some kind of climbing surface. Always make sure to do that little momentum cancellation, because it will just make life so much easier for you. Oh, you know what? I just now realized you were asking what's up. Like, you wanted to know what's up. Well, not much. What's up with you? That's what's up, throw. Sorry, that literally just now. I just now put together that you were even making a joke. I thought you were just asking a question. I try to keep it informative, you know? People want to learn about SMW. I try to stilt my commentary a little bit. I think a lot of us here, you already know how soft surfing works, and you know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think my mic is screwing up. Audio check 1 2. 1 2 3. Let me know. It's just. I'm sorry, I don't know why this would be happening. Audio check 1 2. Nathan MG getting that H. Testing the mic 1 2 3. All good, all good. Cool. That might have been on my end. Yeah, sorry. Weird things happening. Nathan MG at the checkpoint. Ricardo and Revelug working for that clear. We got 3 out of 4 on the checkpoint. B2 in the upper right working on the first section. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, chat. It's cool to let me know. Something's going on, you just let me know. But remember that up throw. Remember that up throw momentum cancellation. This is the takeaway that I want everyone to have from this race tonight. Is just remember to cancel that momentum. It will make life so much easier. Notice, watch. I don't mean to use anyone as a bad example, but watch how I think Nathan hasn't been doing it yet. Ricardo's not quite doing it. When they get up to throw that grab block, they're going to not do a right input there to cancel the momentum. And that block is going to arc over to the wall, and it's going to break on the wall, and then they're not going to be able to use it. Why is that happening? Because their momentum is not being canceled out. So, really important, because it's a super easy thing to put in. I'm not saying like anybody's bad. It's an easy thing to forget, and it's an easy thing to do. And I think it will improve your game by leaps and bounds. Also, I hope you're all doing well tonight. Chat, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday night. Always good to have everybody, and I hope you're having fun. Drop a follow if you want. We do these every Saturday at 8. Yo, what's up? Ike SMB in the upper right-hand corner coming on in. Yo, it's Ricardo, Revelug, Nathan, and Ike right now on the second section. Another thing that the players can use too is, and this is probably pretty common. I'm sure a lot of you know. Like I said, I try to stilt my commentary for the certain percentage of people who are not necessarily completely familiar with all the Kaizo jargon. So I'm sure that for many of you, you're aware that climbing vertically is slow, right? And they want to outrun the lava here. So they don't actually want to just grab the net and press up. That would be too slow. What they want to do is jump and keep re-catching the net, because that's a faster way to ascend vertically when climbing. If anybody would like to learn more, please feel free to ask. That is always cool, and that is what we're all about here. So there isn't a heck of a lot of tech to explain in this level. Just a really clean action sequence. We got Nathan, Ike, Ricardo, and Revelug working hard here. How are you feeling though, chat? What's on your mind? I hope you're having a nice day. Let me know if I missed anything. I try to hit up all the points of tech, but sometimes I miss it. Nathan, oh, look out, trying to get that P-speed. That's a very tight runway to get P-speed in, and they have to do that quickly in 2 jumps, or else the lava will catch up. This is really fast lava. They've really gotta... I'm just looking at the speed this is moving. They have really gotta stay on their toes here. Really great level tonight. I want to say thanks to detdu again. They have always come through for us and made a bunch of really stellar ROM Hack Race levels, and this one is no exception. Nathan looking pretty good in the upper left. They're back again for a try at that P-speed. They're going to try to one-cycle it. Ooh, nice try. Yeah, I don't know. What flavor do you think the lava is? Is it blue flavor? Is it like... There really aren't a lot of blue foods, you know? Like blueberries, but they're kind of purple. Oh, Nathan with that attempt. I think they had the P-speed, they just jumped a little too late. I love watching people make cotton candy because it just looks like they summon it out of the ether. You know, like those street vendors that just like twirl it up. Like they just have like a big empty cylinder and then they stick a stick in. And then it's just like they just like conjure it like out of the ether, like Dr. Orpheus. Amazing skill! It is. It's remarkable. Ike! Oh, nice try on that P-speed. Man, everybody's learning this block up throw now. And now the gatekeeper is the P-speed. Revelug also getting to that P-speed obstacle. The best way to build P-speed with such a short ramp is to try to take advantage of the entire space. And by that I mean you're marking the point where you land. try to land as close to the edge as possible so that you run the most amount of distance on the platform, right? There's a kind of a difference between landing not on the left side and landing extremely on the left side. The better you can do that, the more runway you'll get. And then when you jump off, say it's a too short runway, here goes Revelug for a try. They're gonna grab it. Okay, they turned around in that case. You can do that as well. You can turn around and maintain a little bit of your P-speed, and there's Revelug for the win. Nicely done. Ricardo going for it in the lower left. Oh, nice try. But you can turn around, and if you're quick about that, you can maintain some of your takeoff. But when you jump off of the platform, you also want to swing out and grab the most of it. And here comes Nathan MG right behind. Nicely done. Very, very good. Nathan finishing up as well. It's Ike in the upper right, Ricardo DeMello in the lower left, Jank Pickle coming in hot. Building a Lego construction here in the lower right. It has really been a very dynamic race tonight of clears between players that come like one death after, you know, like Revelug just got that, and then bam, Nathan's right there behind. I think personally, I believe that's a sign of really good level design. When different racers of different skill levels with different, you know, approaches and different experiences can clear in relatively the same amount of time. That to me is like you've made an adaptable level that works really well for a lot of different players. Thank you so much for the raid, Nathan. Well played tonight. That was great. Sub 22. B2, Ike, SMB, Ricardo, Jank Pickle. Actually, that extra audio source might have been bleeding in from my mic. Listening to the game audio in my PC speakers and talking into a condenser mic that's sitting on my desk. Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to bop along with the music to everybody. We got B2, we got Ike, SMB, we got Jank Pickle, Ricardo DeMello. I think this can kind of be there's a little bit of room, you know. This was ranked 6 out of 10, and I think that's fairly accurate. I also think it's a little bit better sometimes to err on the side of caution, right? I think it's better to manage expectations. Like, you know, the ratings are never going to be, I mean, it's really just like, what do we think? You know what I mean? There really isn't like an objective, like, this is definitely a 5, this is definitely whatever. The testers just kind of rate it. I think it's personally best, and I try to do this as well when testing, is to err on the side of it being a little bit tougher than I think, because I just spent the week playing it or working with it or whatever. And I think it's better from a player perspective. Yo, Ike! Getting their player perspective. Getting a good perspective on the top of the goal. I saw that. Good flight. Way to play. Nicely done. Ike, SMB. A freaking amazing Kaizo Monkey Ball player. Dropping on over and getting us all going in SMW Kaizo. Keeping us on our toes. It's Ender of Games in the upper right coming in. B2, Ricardo, and Jank Pickle working hard. But yeah, I feel it best. Yo, Jank Pickle, excuse me, second section for Jank. I do feel it best from a player perspective to overrate the level a little bit, because personally as a player, I would rather go up to play a level that's like, okay, like 7 out of 10, you know, here we go. And then it turns out to be a little easier than that, versus go to play a level and it's like, all right, 3 out of 10, no problem. And then it turns out to be harder than that, right? Like it hits better if it's easier than they thought, and it hits worse if it's harder than they thought. Thanks for racing with us. Yo, Ike, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for hanging out, racing, following, hanging, being cool. You're very cool. Cool individuals. It's B2, it's Ender, it's Ricardo, it's Jank. Love this music. Oh, I'm bopping back here. Yeah, I think about that a lot, to what Fen is saying. Not everything in this level is max difficulty. I think about that as well, and this is more waxing philosophical about all this. This isn't a prescriptivist attitude. I really mean that, but I like to think of obstacles and level design as kind of like being comprised of main obstacles and connective tissue, or set pieces and transitory pieces, where Ricardo, getting in that door, didn't want to celebrate too soon, but now it's time. Ricardo DeMello for the big win, sub 27, amazing job. GG, love to see these big wins. Good job, Ricardo, that was great. I was saying something, had an idea. Arakaita's here though. Hey, look, check it out, it's Arakaita. They're here in the lower left, and Jank Pickle. And also Ender and B2. Oh yeah, you should follow the racers, just, FYI, between you and me. There's a lot of cool people playing Kaizo in our community, and folks are coming out to ROM hack races to show off their skills and to say, I'm here, I can do this. So, drop a follow, you're one click away from making a new friend. But yeah, I've been thinking about, I think about obstacle design in terms of main obstacles and connective tissue. There's the main obstacle, like Jank Pickle throwing this grab block up the nets. That's a main obstacle. And then getting off the saw and getting on the next thing, that's kind of a connective obstacle. Some obstacles are the big trick, and some obstacles just kind of get you from here to there. You do a big trick, you land, and then you run through a little hallway, and then you get to the next big trick. The challenge is figuring out how to balance the difficulty between those two types of obstacles. And what I've found, personally, is that I like to put the difficulty on the main tricks. If the transitional obstacles feel too tight or annoying, it's really just gonna eat up deaths, right? Like, you do a big, cool thing, and then you land and you have to do a really tight little one tile gap or something, or jump over a teeny tiny little thing. Is that as interesting? It's just as hard, and it'll eat up more time in the level. The player gets annoyed. But is it doing anything? Is it flashy? Now granted, this is just my perspective, and I think other makers would completely disagree, and justifiably so. They would say, well, it doesn't matter. I like to say it should look kind of cool if it's difficult, because otherwise, what are you doing? But that's not a rule, I think every maker kind of gets to decide how tough they want those transitional obstacles to be. But I think it's something worth considering when you're making a level, because it's a point where I think sometimes makers don't realize that by making the transitional obstacles as difficult as the main obstacles, they are effectively like exponentially raising the difficulty of the level, due to the amount of time that the player has to spend on incidental things. Oh, that is a good question. I'm going to say that out loud for anyone that's just listening. Question for the racers, not in a toxic way, but does anyone have another racer that's their rival? Like a friendly, someone you're chatting with, or someone you kind of have a friendly rivalry with. That's hard to say. Rivalry with. That's a good, a friendly rivalry with. That's a really good tongue twister. I can't speak those words. Rivalry with. Oh, please, call me rival. My father was Johnston rivalry with. Just call me bud. The rival Reriths first came to this land in 1754. We established the first lumber mill. Oh yeah, I want to say we got a race going on here. B2 in the upper left, Prestonator 13 in the upper right, Germdove in the lower left, and Jank Pickle in the lower right, and everybody working on section number 2 on this 6 out of 10 level with 2 sections. Trying to work those difficulty rankings in for folks that just joined. Well, you know, I mean, the rivalry thing is, I think, friendly. You know, I mean, I just want to be clear that the point of ROM Hack Races is a fun community event to celebrate everybody's skills, and the reason I want to point that out is just because the goal of ROM Hack Races originally was to give people a landing point, to go from interested in Kaizo to actively playing and having a place to go with that. And so by making it too much of a competition, that gets a little gatekeepy. You know what I mean? Someone might not want to try if it's like, well, it's all a competition and they're real serious about it, you know? So, friendly rivalries, heck yeah. Unfriendly rivalries, heck nah. But I do think it's interesting, like, racers are kind of racing, they subdivide each other, they subdivide into brackets. They kind of self-divide that way. Like, you tend to be racing with racers of your skill level. Right, like all the racers on the screen right now are kind of evenly matched. They're all in the same section. They've all got similar progress. So you could say that this is kind of like a bracket. I honestly really like. We were joking with it last week, but I actually really like the system of like first podium, second podium, and so on and so on. Like every 3 clears is its own podium. And I think if you look at it that way, you can think of it like you've kind of won your bracket. You know what I mean? Like here goes B2. Oh! Instant death spike. But yeah, players kind of self-situate into brackets and then tend to rise. Like, you know, players in this bracket are going to rise a little bit throughout the weeks or for a different level here and there as skill improves. But I think in each, like, you could say bracket, it remains really competitive inside that. And I really think the second and third podium is a like, I mean, this is the thing to talk about, but it's an interesting idea. Like, rather than someone getting 4th, they got 1st on the second podium. And I think that actually, like, more accurately describes everybody's classes. You know what I mean? Like, that talks about the brackets. Am I making sense? I hope I am. Well, I'll try to put a positive spin on things. These levels are tough. People are doing a really good job. I think that should be recognized. Yeah, 6 clears, and there's 2 brackets of 3, and I actually kind of think that yeah, and this is like these racers are competing for 1, 2, and 3 in the 3rd bracket. Yes, technically that is 7th or 8th in the race, but when you're comparing yourself to the people around you, you are getting a 1st, and there's B2. There we go. Yeah, so there's B2 coming out on top of the race that was going on between these couple of racers. And it's not as though racers are just like, well, we don't think you're skilled, we put you in a bracket. It's like your skill level determines where you wind up. Like, you, by playing the level, your skill level will automatically match you against racers who are at your similar skill level, right? And that's like I very, very, very rarely see like a blowout. You know what I mean? Like almost all racers have a rival, but go in a class. You know what I mean? Have a few people around them that are also of a similar ilk. And I think it's a neat idea to think about, like, we're competing with the people around us, not necessarily everybody. You know, it's everybody, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a big race, but I think that's like a more accurate way to kind of talk about people's achievements and recognize that. So it's Ender of Games on the first section, Prestonator 13. Working on the second, Germdove and Jank Pickle, the same. Germdove may be about to get out of here, though. Oh. Yeah, the thing is, when they're getting up for that P-Speed obstacle, the trick for that really is you really want to make use of the whole runway. And that's the skill of getting good at just landing right on the edge of something and then running all the way to the other edge of something and being really conscientious about that, because one block of distance, half a block of distance really can make a difference when you're trying to generate P-Speed in such a small area. So the tech skill takeaway from that one is really just practice looking at where you are on the ground. I know that's a silly thing to mention, but just really pay attention to where you're landing on the ground and how far you're running. Did you notice that you could have landed more to the side? Did you notice that you could run a little bit further before you jump? It might not seem like it, but those kinds of things really do add up and make a difference. B2, thank you for the raid. Good job tonight. Yeah, so I do like how this level changes it. In the first section, you've got the layer 2 smash, and in the second section, the lava chase. It kind of ramps up the pace toward the latter half. There is, I completely agree. There's a lot to be said for thematic consistency in a level. Absolutely. Yo, what's up, the UCanes? Coming in here in the upper left, first section. Well, thanks for being so supportive. I really appreciate that. Thanks to folks in the audience. You know, even if you don't want to race, like, we need people that like to watch. That's like supporting and cool. You're participating. Look at us participating. So thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday night. And if you want, drop a follow, come back and see us. We have these races every Saturday at 8. The race starts at 8. The pre-show starts about 7:30 with some really good music. It's actually worth hanging out for the pre-show and just bopping along to the music. Oh no, the UCanes with that sad up throw. One thing the racers can do at this grab block section, Jank Pickle pulling it off there, is when they throw that grab block up and then they catch it, they are spending a lot of time climbing up that vine, which, as we mentioned, very slow. What they probably want to do is optimize that throw and catch so that it takes place as high up on that net as possible. Love watching these races with your son. Oh, that's amazing. That's so great. Shout outs to both of you. Thanks for watching ROM Hack Races. I think that's awesome. Like, when I was a young lad, not to be too much of an old-timey prospector here, but when I was a young lad whippersnapper, we didn't have any internet Mario races. I would have been so thrilled if every Saturday night I could tune in for the cool hype Mario race. See a brand new Super Mario level for some of the best players in the whole wide world playing Mario. That's awesome. The young folks that are watching today could grow up to be better players than any of us could ever dream of. That's been an absolute joy, as a matter of fact, to be a streamer of 8 years in Kaizo specifically, and like not really leave my main for that entire time. And in that time to see new players show up and just destroy notions of what the skill ceiling ought to be. People just keep getting better and better and better. And that has been an absolute joy to see over the years. Jank Pickle here. They're in the lower right. They're due. They're due. Ah, that is true too. Yeah, the creativity cap is also rising. Here goes Germ Dove. Ah, they turned around too slowly, and they did not make full use of that runway. I think it really is, like, in Kaizo, we've really gotten to see this, something that happens all over the place, in all kinds of artistic areas and skill areas. We've seen it a lot. And in Kaizo, I've like personally witnessed this happening in the past 8 years, 5 years, 4 years or so. It started out that something like Sticky Fly, Kaizo 1, shell jumping, mid-airs were considered like, wow, holy cow, a yump? Oh my gosh, you put a 1-frame yump in your level? No one will ever beat that, ever, right? And it started out that those kinds of things were just impossible. I played Kaizo 1 on Z-SNES with save states in like 2008-ish, and concluded at the time that no human could probably beat this. It's a cool thing, but I don't think any player could really do it. And how very wrong I was. And the interesting thing that we see in Kaizo, and what happens in other scenes like this, is that once a couple of people start doing the really impossible things, they show how there actually is a technique for it, right? It turns out that there's a pretty solid technique for mid-airs and sticky fly and shell jumping and even yumps and all these things. There's a way. There's a way to get good at it. And a couple of weirdos get good and show the way. And then they took a long time to, right? It took a long time to develop those skills and work with it and practice. And man, learning shell jumps took me a minute. But then new players, new enthusiasts or whomever, new people come up and they see all the old guard doing this impossible stuff and they just think, oh, that's normal. They didn't even know, right? There's a whole generation of Kaizo players now that might not even be aware that Jank Pickle is about to get in the door. And Germdove may be right behind. Nice job, Jank. Way to build a complete Lego set of a good clear. That's a model you can put on your shelf. GG, JP. But, you know, new players come up and they see people, you know, they tune in on some streamer doing shell jumps and mid-airs and sticky fly and yumps, and they just think, oh, that's normal. That's just how it works. And suddenly, these new players don't have to spend so much time getting good at this stuff. They can ask the players who came before, who laid down the tech, and suddenly it took older players a year or two to get to this skill level, and suddenly new players, they can do that in a month or two. And new people keep showing up who just like, oh my gosh, you've developed an incredible amount of skill in a really short amount of time. That keeps accelerating. And we've seen that in so many other things. Skateboarding is a prominent example, but you know, guitar and musical instruments and all sorts of kind of skill endeavors like that. You know, what is considered normal in Kaizo these days is not even normal for 3 years ago or 4 years ago. It's continually rising. To make the analogy, like maybe a more concrete kind of analogy, like back in the day, skateboarders would go around to like swimming pools and junk so they could skateboard in them, right? And that was like the birth of like bowl skating. And those were janky, right? They were swimming pools. That's not really what that was for. And so the OG generation, they just skated in these janky pools until they figured out how to make a better one. And from doing all this janky stuff, then they invented better ramps, you know, that are real smooth and skate really well. They invented foam pits where you can try the trick out and not get hurt. And now where they spent 10 years doing all this stuff and now they're older. Suddenly these new people come up and now they have access to nice ramps and foam pits and all this nice stuff, better technology and wheels and boards and all this and that. And these new skaters can do things that are impossible and are just blowing boundaries all over the place because they have the technology that was laid down by the previous ones. And that, for me, like, I think that's the good work to be done. I think that's like, it's why we do what we do, right? Is like, it's for the people now, but it's also like about laying down as much as I can for the people that come later, right? So that you can be even better and you can have the benefits of what we all learned and did. We all stand on the shoulder of giants. The idea is to grow up to be a giant, to have someone else on your shoulder. Yeah, sorry about the game audio, y'all. Just OBS things. Hashtag blame OBS. Germ Dove looking for it. Yo, got that P-Speed. Can they get in the door? Nice. Ooh, jeez. Germ Dove. Wow. Sheesh, that was spicy. They didn't use the cape float to get out of that. They just dropped like a rock right in there. Fast. I mean, that's optimal. Well played, Germ Dove. Very optimal dive. Yo, it's Ender of Games. Look out. Lower left-hand corner, Ucanes, the Ucanes. Prestonator 13, Ender of Games, CO_Cadelic. This is like saying everybody's full name. How are y'all feeling tonight? It's Saturday. Autumn is in the air. Hope you got maybe a blanket, maybe some hot cocoa. It's getting a little chilly out here. I got a hoodie on. Oh, I don't know. I'm just try to think of some tech. There's not really a lot of tech to explain here, but again, if you have a question, please feel free to shout it out. Or you got here late, you don't know something. That's all good. I figure a lot of this is pretty self-evident, but please feel free to ask if you want to learn something else. I hope you're all doing well. Say, feeling comfy. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Saturday here with RomHack Races. I feel like 6 was probably the right difficulty ranking to give this. I think this is about it. Cause like some things could be like A 6 is a little easier for some people and a little tougher for some people. What's up, Necotech in the lower left? I think a new name? Welcome. Thanks for racing with us tonight. Necotech working on the first section. Let's go. What's everybody playing tonight? What's good for video games? I've been on the fence about that one. It seems fun. F-099. It seems fun. I've kind of been on the fence about it. Everybody's loving Baldur's Gate. Not me though. I haven't played it. I'm not sure what you mean by the swim glitch. Also, I'm not sure what song this is. I haven't even started Tears of the Kingdom. In normal Layer 2 lava, you could. I believe you could, yeah. But yeah, like that dude's telling us, this is actually just fake lava. It's just air and munchers. So the saw doesn't die. Otherwise, the saw would be in the lava and be destroyed by it. So this is actually just kind of like a wall of munchers that looks like lava. But in normal lava, you would, yeah, I believe you would. Yo, what's up? Ender of Games coming in here in the upper right. Ucanes, Ender, Necotech, Seocadelic. Thanks for the raid. Yo, Prestonator, thank you for playing with us tonight. Yo, yo. I want to say a ROM hack race is welcome for Necotech. I believe this is their first race. Question mark. I might be wrong about that. Apologies, but I don't think I've seen their name before, so I just want to say welcome. Thanks for racing with us. Glad to have new folks. That makes me really happy to see. If anybody else wants to be a new folks, romhackraces.com has all the info for you. The races are open to anyone who wants to sign up. And the signups are just there to let us know someone wants to race and we should watch them. The top layer of the lava is air, but the body is actually real lava. Okay. In the on the upper. On both. Your what is what? What did you say? Looking for a checkpoint here for Necotech or CO. Or Ender. Oh, and this is, yo, hey, I forgot to mention, but this is the final TM4. But, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the Kaizo community right now. If you haven't checked out the 68 levels that comprise this year's, there's 2 a year, this season's KLDC, they have been just fantastic so far. Highly recommend checking them out on the KLDC website. Check out romhackraces.com. Oh, Necotech, that was it. Oh, they had it though. That was it. They've got it. Lava is so weird. I really don't understand it. Like, it's just weird. Lava's just weird. Like cave lava, you can quantum with, but other lava you can't. It's strange. Lava's just weird in this game. I don't in particular think the green lava looks delicious, but I do think the blue lava looks pretty tasty. I like to sort of rank lava based on deliciousness, whether or not it looks really good. The green doesn't look as good. It looks like maybe like Ecto Cooler. Reminds me of that, like green from like Ecto Cooler, like Slimer. You can still get it, even. Ecto Cooler. Because everybody says Mountain Dew is green, but the bottle is green. Mountain Dew is actually kind of like a yellowy color, you know? No, I actually do get that. The green would look more appetizing if it were a little lighter and slightly more yellow. I get that. I get that. I wonder if that's just like a human psychology thing. You know what I mean? Like certain colors where you just have sort of like a natural reaction to be like, don't eat that color. Because like deep inside our reptilian brain, we know that that's like poison somehow. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5 6. Rock around the clock. I'll keep checking. You just let me know. Can you hear what I'm a Star Fox character. Give it. Blip, 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 blip. You're just like your father, Fox. Oh, I'm back. I'm back because well, anyway, we're here at RomHack Races. You're our only hope, Star Fox team. Okay, sorry, that's way too much fun. Okay. Andros is attacking Corneria. You're our only hope, Star Fox. Yeah, we still got a race here. We got the Ucanes, we got Ender of Games, Necotech, and CO. The finest fleet Cornerian army has to offer. I didn't know until recently the Star Fox team are mercenaries. I had no idea. I thought they were just part of like the Cornerian army, but they're mercenaries actually. Yeah, I didn't know that. The Star Fox team are mercenaries. They don't like, they're not part of the army. They just like, were like, yeah, I'll do that. I know, it's weird. I never knew this ever in my whole life. Cute scenarios. Yeah, he said what I said about Star Fox. Him and his team get paid. Yo, it's CO, Cadelic, Necotech, Ender, Ucanes. Just want to shout everybody out. Necotech's so close. When the lava sinks up, it's fun, yeah. I do like that. Well, you know, it's better that the lava sinks, because you don't want a lava sink. Oh, Necotech, really nice strat for those bats, though. A new summoning salt video? What's the game? Is who is it the quest to beat this time? Jimmy Fartburger? Fascinating. I know what I'm watching tonight. CO, got this. But you can, and I believe in you. Yeah, how about that new SMB1 world record? I don't know, it's pretty cool. It really is funny though, you know what I mean? Like Underway was the greatest speedrunner of this game we had ever seen. No one could ever defeat their time ever. And then someone got a run that beat the world record by 3 minutes. And that player was Jimmy Fartburger. Like, it's just like, imagine if the username you picked out for yourself when you were like 13 became like, that's just like what you stuck with and became your identity. You know what I mean? That's just really funny to me. I like that speedrunning is populated by people we take seriously, and they have really silly names, you know? Like, you know, he's got a really silly name, but you just can't count out Jimmy Poopins, you know? That's just like, that's their name. Like, I think that's great, actually. It's one of the things I love about Twitch and about speedrunning online stuff in general, is that you really take the silly names seriously, and it's funny as heck. It's like when you're playing some game where you get to make a custom character and you make a silly one, and then it shows up in the game, you know? And there's like, everyone's just walking around taking your character seriously, even though you have like a giant head and like a big clown wig and like funny looking shoes, you know? But like, everyone's just like, oh, hello there, Fartburger 005, how are you today? Like, no one thinks this is weird. It's hilarious. Turd Ferguson. You know, be a speedrunner. You can have a silly name. You can pick a silly name, and then everyone has to say it forever. Necotech! So close. They are so determined, and I appreciate this so much. I do believe, though. Well, we schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts on Saturdays, so feel free to chill, sit back, relax, post your thoughts, put some hype up, and just chill with us. Thanks for being a part of it tonight. If you have questions, again, feel free to ask. But I'm assuming everybody here has got it. CO looking for that ending. CO finding that ending. Checkpoint. CO Kadelic. Can't spell CO Kadelic without H. Yeah, right, Dark Side. Imagine talking to your friend about that. Like, oh yeah, like, oh, you're into Mario? Like, who are some of your favorite players? Like, oh, Jimmy Poopins. I watch Jimmy Poopins all the time. Or if you didn't even know about Mario, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, sorry man, I gotta go. Jimmy Poopins is on. I gotta tune in. Like, what? Wait, who do you watch? I watch him on the internet. Jimmy Poopins. I watch him every night. He's a good guy. No, he's a Mario player. Like, that hardly even explains anything. Honestly, I like people's usernames. I appreciate funny usernames. Man, Necotech with such good strats. Man, they're really... I'm rooting for you, Necotech. I'm rooting for you. Why the 7 in Glitch Cat? Actually, there's really no reason for that. When I picked my name, way back when, I just thought, like, streamers have numbers in their names. That's just like a streamer thing that they do, like Carl Sagan 42. So I just thought, like, well, I need a number in my name, and I picked 7 for lucky number 7. But now I have to keep it because it works in the logo. The 7 is the tail of the cat in the logo. So now I'm stuck with it. But there really is no, it's just lucky number 7. There really is no particular story behind that one. Well, there's not much of a reason. Thanks. I've had that logo for a long time. Sky designed it, and we've just kept it. I don't think it can be improved upon. Yeah, I guess it should be Glitch Cat 9. I don't know. I'm just 7 now. That's all Skytree. I wish I could, well, I don't wish, but I can't say I came up with that one. That's all Skytree. Oh, really? 9 lives for cats in the US and 7 in the rest of the world. Interesting. Oh, geez, Necotech, I was watching. Man. Well, cats in Texas get 10 lives. And a revolver. That's Texas. If my cat had a revolver, I would be so terrified. That would not, like, Mallow, put it down. Put it down, Mallow. We can talk about this. Use your words, buddy. They ran out of his favorite salmon treats. They don't make them anymore. The company that made those little pouch, it was like a little cat treat piece of salmon in a pouch. And he loved them so much. Yeah, he just ate them out of business. That's what we tell him, like, dude, you ate all the salmon. Just, you made him go out of business, dude. Yeah, they don't make his favorite salmon treats anymore. We kind of toned down on giving him treats. We feed him the good food. Don't want him to be an unhealthy weight. Last time he had a checkup, they checked him on the kitty chonker chart, and he was not too chonky. He was a healthy weight for his size, and we try to keep it that way. I promised him that when he's like older, he can have all the good food that he wants. You know, like, you know, when he's older, then he can have like cheese and whatever. But like, not right now. No, you gotta wait. Pets just love treats. They love them so much. You gotta feed them. Like, look at this little creature. Like, better feed it. This animal just lives in my house and eats my food. We have houses so that nature has to stay out there, you know? And typically we don't want animals to show up, you know, like a bear or a squirrel or something, or a bird. You know, we don't want those in the house. Like, get out of here. That's why I build a house, to keep all the nature out there. But then we let a little bit of nature in, you know? Like, all animals are not allowed in my house unless you're this one animal in particular. I think that's just kind of cute of us, like as people. I think it's kind of cute. We're like, no nature, except for you. You're adorable. We got Ucanes, we got Ender of Games here, Necotech and CO working hard on the level. We got plenty of time to go, so keep it up. Yo, no! Man, that was so close. Necotech, that was literally like perfect. Man, jeez. I feel for you. That's rough. It's rough. It was always kind of adorable when Mallow was a kitten, you know, and he would like, I would let him play with me, and I would let him like, kind of like chomp on my hands and like do little kitten scratches with his claws. And it was cute because it was like, you can't hurt me, you're too little. Like, oh, look, he's getting me. He's not gonna do it because he's too small. But then he grew up, and now he can. Now he can get me. Wait, you know, brother, name your new cat Mallow? Aw, that's good. Are they orange, or are they a different color? That's adorable. That's also my cat's name. Ooh, classy. No, Ucanes, that was so good though. You'll have a good night. How are your cats doing? Just looking for an update, you know? It's a nice thing to have. If you're just joining us though, we're having a race. This is ROM Hack Races. We do this every Saturday night, so drop a follow and come back and see us at 8 on every 8. Wait, what am I trying to say? Come back and see us at 8 on every Saturday night. Or check out romhackraces.com for all the info to download this patch or any of the patches from any of the other levels. We've got the Ucanes, Ender of Games, Necotech, and CO Cadelic here working on this 6 out of 10 difficulty level. If you have any questions about Kaizotech or anything, please feel free to ask. I'm just assuming that most people get this level by now. But Ender and Nekotech on the first section, Eucanes and Ceocadelic working on the second section. And Nekotech has been working so hard to get out of this. I'm really rooting for them. Ender, they'll get it too, don't worry. Eucanes and Cio, meanwhile, working on the second section with that blue rising lava. I don't know where my cat went, but I want to give him a hug. Do me a favor, though. Give your pets a hug. They could use it. You could use it. Sometimes the room will be empty. Like, I know the room is empty, and then I look over, and Mallow's just, like, sitting there looking at me. Like, he just, like, appeared. Cat dislikes attention? No. Poor cat. It doesn't. She doesn't know what she's missing. But the scritches though. If you could but know about the scritches. Aw, that tracks. That's why they wouldn't want pets. Aw. Well, good on you respecting your cat friend. Man, I'm feeling for Nekotech. They're getting so close, but they're dying to that layer 2 suck. For those just joining us, if you don't know how that works, the safe platforms, the brick texture, is moving up and down on a layer 2 smash, and that moves very quickly, right? Which means that if Mario contacts the safe ground as it's rising, if they do that at the wrong time, it rises so quickly that it will just rise into your hitbox. Like, if you're in the middle between the lowest point and the highest point where it extends, if you're not landing on it after it's fully extended, then it has a chance to scoot up into your hitbox. I am Nekotech. That was sad. I would really like to just, Nekotech, we believe in you. That's a rough death, and that's a really, oh man, that was rough. That was super rough. They are like literally right there. They're making all the right moves. It's just not coming together right now, and that's unfortunate. Ukane's trying for that P-Speed spin fly to get this at the end. CO Kadelic working on climbing up that tower. Yo, yeah, let's give some if you want to, put some energy in chat for all these racers. They're all working really hard, doing a good job. Say these are skilled players playing against other very skilled players. Kaizo is inherently challenging. This is the expert tier stuff. You know, stuff. Ukane's up in the upper left, back again. Oh, that looked good, man. People are missing stuff by little inches here, little millimeters. Centimillimeters. This is very much a level of inches. Yes, indeed. I'm loving this consistency from the Ukanes. Yes, there's that spin fly there up, and it's good! And the extra kick is good. And the Ukanes is gonna win the College Bowl Championship for the Conn Smythe Award. That's the only award I can think of from sports. I think that's from hockey. I couldn't think of any other award. Oh, the Stanley Cup. What do you win in baseball? The pendant? Is that it? You win the pendant? What do you in football you win a ring, a Super Bowl ring. There's not like a trophy. In hockey it's the Stanley Cup. What do you win in basketball? What's the thing you win in basketball? Like you know what I mean? Like when the team wins the championship, the playoffs that year, like what's the thing they win? I think personally, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Interesting. I don't think I ever knew that ever. I think the Stanley Cup is the coolest one though, because at least as far as I've understood it, if your team wins the Stanley Cup, like there's one Stanley Cup and it goes around to everybody and you just get it for a year. It's just yours and you can just do whatever you want with it. And like all the players on the team like get it for a couple, it's like one like historic trophy and it's just like you just can do whatever you want. Like it's super funny. Like you get like you're the player on the team, like all right, you got the Stanley Cup for 2 days. Like what are you gonna do? Like you can do whatever. You can like drink champagne out of it or like just like take it and like just let people look at it. Like I don't know, people have done like they found it at the bottom of a swimming pool one time, or so the story goes. I think that's hilarious actually. I think that's like really funny. That's like part of the thrill, you know? Like it's just like if your team wins, you just get this thing to do whatever you want with it. You gotta give it back at the end of the year, but like otherwise, like yeah, it's yours. Just do whatever. Just don't mess it up. I was in Manitoba. That's cool. I've never seen it. I've never like seen it in person. Oh, that's really cool. There's an indigenous player on the Vegas Golden Knights, so he got to take it around his reservation. That's awesome. That's very cool. See, that's the kind of thing. That's why it's cool. That's why it's cool. Yo, the Ucanes, thank you so much for the raid. Good job. Good job tonight. Yep, you got the Conn Smythe Award. I forget what sport that's from, but you did it. You won. I forget what sport that is or who that was. Maybe that's like the joke award that you don't want to win. I don't know. It was the only sports award I could think of. Yeah, it actually is kind of funny that the Stanley Cup is like still around. Oh, Necotech! That was so good. That was like perfect. Like they've had like so many perfect runs that just got robbed at the end. Ah, NHL MVP. Gotcha, gotcha. That's where I know that from. Where I heard it. But I don't know what I'd do with the Stanley Cup. I don't really know. I don't really know. It's a big cup. You know, like what do you do with a big cup? Like you could drink out of it, you could fill it with something. I don't know, what else is there to do with a big cup? I only have the big cup for 2 days. Turn it into a hitbox. Take it to Evo. Yo, this is my custom hitbox. It's actually the Stanley Cup. You can have the Guinness. I do not care for it. I don't care for pub ales. That goes for Boddington as well. That goes for nitrous with the little nitrous widgets in them. I do not care for it. No. That means more for you. That means I will give you mine. No sad faces. It means you can have mine. I just think they lack flavor. I think they lack everything. It's like drinking foam. Like I have a big old cup of bad tasting foam. I've had it warm, I've had it cold, I've had it the way you're supposed to have it, and I am just not a fan. Never got on the Guinness train. The Guinness Express to Hangover Town. Yeah, the Layer 2 risers have been kind of the toughest part in this level tonight for everybody. Necotech, though, I am going to give them the official Kaizo Spirit Award. Oh, no, you're the best, chat. I'm just a silly cat talking about Mario. I like the layer of like melted fudge that goes around the inside of the waffle cone. You ever have like a drumstick, you know, those like ice cream cones? They have like a little like hot fudge layer in them. Banging. That's true, you know, gotta have layer 1. Gotta stand on something. Ready layer 1. I still have never seen or read that or anything. Ready Player 1. Never seen it. I know it's about video games. I don't care, really. Typically like to see where you stack up with players feel stronger than me. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, I dig that. I dig that. I like that it kind of leaves it open, right? Like you can decide how you want to measure yourself. You have a pinball related question? Nah, what's your question? That's fine. That's fine. We're hanging out here with CO Cadelic, Ender of Games, and Nekotech. CO on the second section, Ender and Neko on the first. Working hard, playing the Mario. I do like that black chocolatey chocolate crust on cakes though. Mmm, chocolate crust. You know what you can do? I'm just gonna tell you. You can make a cake that's a pie. I used to do this back in the day. You can like make like a cake mix, you know, but then dump it into a pie crust. Cake pie. And that way each piece of cake has like a little pie crust handle, and you can like cover the pie crust handle with like sprinkles or whatever you want. It's pretty awesome. Well, yeah, what's your question, friend? I heard some sirens outside. I thought they were in the music of the song. Wait a minute, there's sirens in this? No! Nekotech! Oh my gosh, they are playing so well. I really, like, I want to point this out. They are really doing so freaking well. They're just getting robbed by the last inch. I'm really, hurts. Hate to see it. I know, I'm rooting for him. I want him to get it. I'm rooting for him. Give your energy. The crowd control. Yes! Yes! Nekotech! 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 Yes! They got it! They did it. They're in there. They're in there. Oh man, that was good. They got the strats. They tried it. They're overdue. I just want to clarify that. They had the skills to get that 40 minutes ago. Sometimes that's how it goes in Kaizo. I mean, really, sometimes it's just one little thing that trips them up. And I bet they're going to be flying through on the second section now. Let's go, Nekotech. Really good determination. I want to say thanks again for coming out and racing with us tonight. Say, Dunker, I'm struggling on digital tables because you use a close view. Maybe I don't understand. What's your question? Like, what should you do about that? I would suggest just not using a close view. FX and other digital platforms have a camera button. You can zoom the camera out a little bit with. Or the new FX actually has like a manual camera where you can like set the angle how you like it. You can go into your settings and also remove like score pop-ups and little animated stuff if that makes the digital tables a bit too distracting. But I know a thing or two about distracting tables because I've just started to learn Jersey Jack, Guns N' Roses because I have to. And let me tell you, that is a confusing machine. I was getting all excited to teach my friends how to play pinball, like, oh yeah, we can learn on this machine. No, we can't. No one's gonna understand anything. Just thanks for hanging out again with us, everybody. Just want to let you know again, go and check out romhackraces.com if you want to download this patch, try it out for yourself, or any of the other 250 kajillion levels that we've had. We are always looking for volunteers, and I'd like to point out a little thing. You know, many of you probably know by now, but we have a ROM Hack Races base ROM. Ampersand did a lot of work to create that and is always helping out folks on the community Discord with problems with it. But Ampersand has a new version of the base ROM, and they are looking for testers. So if that sounds like you and you'd like to try the new ROM Hack Races base ROM, just ping Ampersand on the ROM Hack Races Discord. The base ROM is awesome, and for those that don't know how it works, so you know, normally the classical way to do this was to just grab a ROM of Mario World using your Google ROM dumper to dump a ROM of Mario World you already own using your Google ROM dumping device. And once you have that, then you load it up into Lunar Magic, and then you're just working with the vanilla game. But the base ROM is a series of patches that make life a lot easier. Instead of you having to put all the quality of life patches and things on yourself, it just comes ready to go. Rather than having to load in some extra custom graphics and death blocks and basic kind of things that are pretty basic in Kaizo nowadays, instead of having to do that all yourself, the ROM Hack Base ROM just presents you with a nice toolbox ready to go, ready to use. It will substantially cut down the amount of time it takes to get started on a ROM hack project, and it makes the whole process so much more simple with a lot of extra helpful tools. Yeah, helpful development tools, easy load for graphics and ASM. It is a really powerful tool, and we have Ampersand to thank for that. So big shout outs as always to Ampersand, and please grab that new ROM Hack Races base ROM on the Discord. Test it out. A lot of great stuff has been made with that, and it's not even just for ROM Hack Race levels, right? We use it for the races, but it is just the ROM Hack Races base ROM that anyone can use for their ROM hack projects. So even if you don't want to make a level or something for ROM Hack Races, you just want to mess around with it, it's all yours. I also build build my stuff on the ROM Hack Races base ROM. It's the difference between, you know, it's like making your own canvas and buying one at the craft store. You know, this one's pre-stretched, ready to go. Bob Ross already prepared it with a nice coat of black gesso, so we're ready to rock. Who built it again? Why, that's none other than Ampersam. I'd also like to give a big shout out to the tech crew. Fen on the restream tonight, Kelgand, always doing great stuff for us. Thank you for scouting for the bot tools. We appreciate it so much. Dr. No and D4 keeping us on point and helping out just about everywhere. We do have that ROM Hack Races merch shop. You can go over to romhackraces.com and buy some cool shirts or a hoodie for the upcoming cold season. And of course, Fen on the restream tonight. All the testers too, RB, Fen, Mithrillionaire, all the low-end Sulfur X. You hear my silly voice, but there is a lot of people who donate some of their time every week to make these races what they are. And Underway, oh yeah, Underway, helping us out with all kinds of code stuff. Thanks, Underway. Wait, maybe I didn't know this before. Is Lunar Helper a tool specifically designed by us or Amper? Was that not a thing that already existed? I don't know if I was aware of that. It was designed by Maddie and taken over to some extent by Underway. Fascinating. It takes a village. It takes a village of giants to raise up this baby rage. Nah, nobody's raging. I'm just being silly. Everybody's doing really well. And just thanks, y'all. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. That's the nice thing about being on the restream, though. No one can hear you. If you're raging, it's quiet, you know. Nobody hears you. It's all private. I want to let everybody know, just a heads up here, we schedule 2 hours for these broadcasts, 8 to 10 on Saturday nights, and we're not going to be able to take it into overtime tonight. So, we're going to hang out, we're going to cheer for these racers, and then at the top of the hour, we're going to throw it over on a raid. But if you have any questions or anything, man, let me know. Feel free to shout out in chat or jump on the Discord server and join ROM Hack Races Discord. We're always hanging out, talking shop about Kaizo, mechanics, if you want to improve your game or improve your hacking abilities, learn a little bit, hang out with the community, all this and more on the ROM Hack Races Discord server. A lot of the features that are part of Lunar Helper and Callisto all now exist because of ROM Hack Races and the people using it. Aw. Well, like I said, like, maybe it's ROM Hack Races and the people using it, but there are particular, very kind and talented individuals who we can literally point to and be like, they have done work on this. So thank you for that. You know, it's the whole community, yes, but we certainly do stand on the shoulders of some giants like Amper and Underway, Maddie, D4, Kelgan, and all the people who have put a lot of code and passion into Super Mario World Kaizo. And I just really want to make sure they get acknowledged. You know, the players, the streamers are always out there taking up all the attention, but without the makers, without the ASM coders, the music porters, the graphics designers, the people working to make base ROMs and resources behind the scenes, none of this would go on. The streamers are sometimes the least important part. I don't mean that as shade, you know, I am also a Kaizo streamer. That's fair. It's a symbiotic thing, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, you know, I don't know. I just want to, like, I don't know. The streamers just, we're the face of it. You know, you know the names of the streamers, you know, but it's just like, you know, you know the name of the singer for the band, but not the drummer. You know what I mean? But the drummer's back there doing work, you know? Everybody knows the guitar player, but who played drums for them, you know? The Ringos deserve just as much credit. And too, I mean, you're not wrong. It's a symbiotic relationship, which, when it's done correctly and respectfully, does a lot of good for everybody. You know, the makers want to make cool things because then a streamer will play it and everyone will see the cool things that they put in. You know what I mean? So that, like, streamers want cool things to play and makers want to make cool stuff so that the streamers play cool things. If you got good Kaizo makers making good Kaizo, then you've got a good Kaizo game. You know what's interesting to me too, Fen, about that is, like, stuff that I put out years ago. You know, like Search for Salmon, which is, like, I put that out in, like, 2018 and, like, kind of forgot about it, in a manner of speaking. And yet, it's out there, and occasionally new people play it, you know, and I'll, like, turn it on and be like, oh, hey, they're playing Search for Salmon. Like, it doesn't go away, you know, it's like, it's out there now. And so, it gets played when it's new, but then it sticks around, and other people might find it later. One day I'll make a sequel to Search for Salmon. It's just like one level. It's just like, we have salmon now. That's it. You win. Well, thanks once again for just a comfy fun night, everybody. This is one of my favorite parts of the week. I just like doing these races so much. It's fun to see everybody playing, doing their best, and the cool levels that people make. And it's cool to see your enthusiasm. So just thanks. Thanks a lot. Y'all are very kind. I'm trying to There's only so much commentary I can do here, but we're rooting for CO, Ender, and Necotech. I don't know if Mallow the Cat's ever had halibut. He's had tuna. He likes chicken, also. He's been... I think we have him on some duck food right now. He also likes grass. It helps his cute little digestion. Every morning I go out and I pick him some grass because he likes to eat grass from the backyard because he's an animal and animals eat grass. And I just feel like I look really stupid to my neighbors because I just like walk out in my PJ pants and just like pick some grass and then just take it back in the house. like if you're watching, you know what I mean? If you're my neighbor and you just watch me roll out in my Mario PJs and just like grab a handful of grass and like take it back inside. Why does he always do that? Well, we're getting pretty close to the wire here, y'all. Still got some time for some big moves, so don't give up. And if they want, the racers can keep playing as long as they want. We can still record the time. But you know, volunteer schedules and all. We got 2 hours tonight. Thank you for spending a little bit of it with us, though. You all have earned 1 trophy trout. Feed it to the cat of your choice. Oh, Ender, that was so close. That was so close. Well, we're wrapping up. We got about a minute warning to go. Just want to say thanks everybody again for hanging out here tonight with us on ROM Hack Races, and I'm going to give a big shout out once again to all the volunteers who make this all happen. Testers this week: RB Pimlico, Fen, Mithrillionaire, all the low end Sulfur X, What's Up Doc, Fen, Blue Ribbon High Life, and Kelgand scouting for us tonight. Thank you so much. Fen on the restream. Thank you for that very, very much. Also, Kelgand, Amber, Doc, D4, helping us out with the tech stuff behind the scenes. I've been GlitchCat7. You've been you. And I hope that you have had a lovely night. Don't forget to follow the racers. Go and check out some more streams in the Kaizo community. There are tons of really cool people who are out there playing, and I'm sure they would love to see you show up. We're going to throw the raid over tonight to CO Kadelic. And thank you so much for being a part of it. Yo, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA plus lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter, you too. I will catch you all again this weekend. Thank you for being a part of ROM Hack Races. Join us on Discord. Keep hacking. Stay cool. Thank you all so much. Good job to the racers. Keep working hard. And we will catch you next week. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.